Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today I have a pretty important video. I think this might actually be my most important video that I've actually made up until this day. That means from the very beginning to now, this has to be my most important video. And it's one that I was not honestly expecting to make. See, I'm one of those people that follows a lot of things in the background, and the more and more I see things fuck up on, well, the online media sphere, the more and more it just shocks me that, you know, it's kind of a world that we live in, I want to say, as weird as it is. So let me get this started. For first sakes, let me just get a bunch of, I guess, personal stuff out of the way. Now, depression is one of those things that I think everyone suffers through quite a bit. Me, I have some pretty severe issues myself. I know that I smile a lot, I bring a lot of it out there, but the dark circles in my eyes, a lot of the things that, sort of make me look like I'm tired and haggard and I need a break, comes from a lot of trauma that has come pretty quickly, I gotta say. Very rapid succession. Stuff that I don't think most people take very easily. Me, I can sort of put it aside. I've definitely become quite hard-edged over the years. I know I don't seem that way, but I do a pretty good. I guess you could say. What is it? I put a really good face on. That's not to say that I'm disingenuous at all with how I am, how I feel, and what I do. Because in all honesty, I really am happy in the moments that I'm making videos with you guys and the time I spend with friends and close family. But depression is one of those things that, honestly, I consider a blessing, for me at least. And unfortunately, for 90% of the world that suffers through it, it's not an easy thing for anybody to say it like that. For me, depression is one of those things that I find great to have because for me, I can find how to turn it around and use it as a motivator to make me a better person in many aspects of life that a lot of people can struggle in, and I've learned how to use it to my advantage. Like I said, 90% of the world can't fucking do it that way, and most people succumb from either being depressive about menial little shit all the way up to wanting to die every single day. And that is a big fucking problem. And one of the reasons why I make videos is to, I guess, help people that suffer through it. Because, as I've always said, that I like to be a goofy individual. I get that. Trust me, I always want to stay that way because that's the kind of mood that I never want to lose despite anything happening to me. So, when I make videos, at the end of the day, I like reading the comments. I like seeing somebody laugh. And even if somebody says the, sexual harassment joke, I know that deep down in the core, they still giggled at something in the video. And despite whatever shitty day they might have had, or whatever face they might put on, at least I was there to take the veil off for a second and give a genuine smile. At least that's the hope. Because at the end of the day, that's precisely why I make videos and why I am passionate about certain people on this platform that do it for that reason. I'm not going to sit here and say that, everyone on this platform is fucking bad except me. No. That's not the case at all. There are genuinely amazing people on this platform that have those exact same intentions, and those are always the people that I'm going to love and respect, and no matter how the other or how people perceive them. So today's video is actually focused on something called BetterHelp. Now, you might have heard about this blow up. I've actually heard about this from the from the Drama Alert lads, the Keemstar boys, and in general, from people actually coming out about this kind of stuff. Now, BetterHelp is a name that I remember because when you're big on the platform, you tend to get a lot of emails about offers, right? Business partnerships, ad brand deals, whatever you want to call it. And BetterHelp is a name I remember. Now, I can't exactly say that I ever got an email from the guys, but I remember the name vividly. And if I remember the name vividly, usually I must have seen an email somewhere in the Some Ordinary Gamer's business address. I've probably seen it over there. I don't really accept brand deals. I mean, sometimes I'll do it if I really like the product. Like, I mean, if NVIDIA came and did it, I would have because I use NVIDIA all the time. Something like that, something that I can back because I genuinely back it, not because that, there's a payment being processed necessarily. Now, for something like a depression website, so basically for those of you who don't know, BetterHelp is a website that is aimed, or a online service that is aimed to provide cheap therapy to people suffering through depression, an actual problem. And recently it's come out that there have been some issues with BetterHelp. People are not getting the help that they deserve. In fact, if somebody has actual really terrible depression, they can outright refuse a service. And amongst a general lack of fucks given by the actual staff to certain users. Now, I can't exactly prove it. I haven't ever taken the service, but I've read the negativity towards it. And as the days pass, more and more people are exposing this for what it allegedly is. And there's a lot of YouTubers who've put their, I guess, names attached to something like this, supported it, told them that it helps them. When it's found out that they've been profiteering off of this, which isn't to say that it's wrong if the service is truly kosher, if it's fine, if it's great, then there's no reason why YouTubers who are in a brand deal can't make profit off of it. But if the service is even a % shady in this situation, you can't fucking support it. See, this isn't like the CSGO lotto shit. This isn't like, I know I make a lot of goofy videos on people like that. I know I made that J-Station video. I know that I make a lot of videos on people just ripping on them sometimes for making truly interesting content. Wink, wink. But this is the kind of stuff that is something that nobody can ever defend. If you're even a % shady, if you're playing on people's emotions, if you're fucking with people's like mental health in this situation, people that are vulnerable, people that are at their lowest of lows, then you are an actual piece of shit. And there is nothing, I'm not even gonna like lower that for you. You are a piece of shit, okay? If you are somebody that profits off of somebody's fucking misery and somebody's pain, you are the worst kind of person out there. There is no saving somebody like you. You have no fucking soul left inside you. You are a piece of fucking filth, and nothing you say will fucking redeem you, except for a fucking apology that is the most passionate fucking apology I will have yet to hear. So, reading something like BetterHelp, which again is a site that is designed to give you some form of counseling in your most grievous moments, and reading the shadiness about it just absolutely downright pisses me the fuck off to see that there are services like this that exist solely out there just to fucking prey on people that can't do anything else. And YouTube isn't the first place I've heard it. I've seen this stuff on Reddit, I've seen this stuff through emails, I've seen this stuff mentioned everywhere. So clearly it's a successful site and it's working. But the quality, the business that they're in can't be fucked around with. Because when you think about it, ultimately, it is the healthcare business that they're in. Mental health is a huge fucking issue. All over the world. There's people that are depressed all the time. Not everyone has the fucking luxury of being like me and trying to use it to their advantage. Like I said, most people succumb to this shit. There are people that are in worse situations because of this kind of therapy than they were starting off. There are people who have went from having that depression to turning that into a suicidal thought because being poked and prodded without the proper intellect required can actually worsen someone's situation. So there are people that have reached that level, that terrible, terrible level. And all because a service went into a business without 100% thinking themselves through it. It is sick, it is demented, and it's fucking disgusting. But see, the last thing I could say is totally blame something like BetterHelp. Well, at the core, the site has entrenched itself through a lot of YouTubers. They're also the ones to blame in this situation too. There are a lot of YouTubers that have accepted the money, the black dirty money, potentially, allegedly. Like I said, I'm not going to fucking claim anything against BetterHelp. If they're a totally legitimate service, by all means, be legitimate, be successful. But at this point, we're noticing that % of shadiness. And as soon as you have that, nobody wants to associate themselves with a service like this. But again, if BetterHelp is legit, please provide relevant examples. Please, if any representative from the site can come and talk to me, whether it be on live stream or privately or whatever, and confirm it with me, then I'll gladly take this video down and speak good of you. But until then, there is that like aura of shadiness that nobody can support. And when I see YouTubers support something like this, even for a paycheck or because they genuinely care, this is one of those brand deals, guys, that if you're a YouTuber, you have to look into. You cannot, with a shadow of a doubt, support something that has even a smidge of that shady aura to it. As soon as you start seeing a pack of users that have been verified, that have been complaining about a potential service, been complaining about being duped, been reading terms of services or things that don't fly by in any situation, it is wrong. And it's even more wrong when you support something like this, claiming that it's changed lives, done new things, when you're financially involved with it. Not just financially involved, but like directly partnered with that shit. It is not something to take lightly. This is not some bullshit brand deal. This isn't a game that you're fucking endorsing to people, okay? You're not telling people, oh, go buy out this game. You're not fluffing up some piece of software. You're not fluffing up some pointless shit. You're not selling a fucking car. You're not selling something that is just a cosmetic, a luxury good, something stupid, something dumb. You're not selling a fucking Supreme shirt. You're not selling merch. You're selling what could be the life and death difference for someone's life. And if you support something that has even that aura of shadiness, and you don't even take a second to look into it, you have to look into that. You can't fucking feign ignorance and say, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was bad. I can't support something that was terrible. Then you are just as bad as the person that is committing a crime, okay? Nobody has committed a crime here yet. Let me just get that out there. But this is a situation where, since it has that tarred like reputation at this point, it's gonna drive me to be pissed off, because this is the kind of shit that is great on paper. It's amazing. But when it starts to mismanage, when money becomes the focal point over saving someone's fucking life, that is what needs to be spoken about. That's what needs to be talked about. And I think that's what it is, man. So without getting excessively angrier than I used to be, or should be, this isn't some Star Citizen rant, by the way. This is a genuine fucking emotion that is coming into my fucking body right now, and something that I don't like to get super angry and start to like rant off about, but I have to. And honestly, if you're somebody that goes through any form of depression, it's understandable. Let me give you the simple thing on depression. This is the one thing that nobody really tells you. It's not going to go away. It never does. Depression never truly leaves you. Once you suffer through it, chances are you'll always suffer through it through your life. But think about depression like this. Feel good on being able to feel sad, if that makes any sense. There is always going to be somebody in a worse off situation than you. Remember that. And I'm not trying to sit here and letting your problems compare to somebody else's, but just remember that. You know, if you have a bed, if you have the ability to sleep in safety tonight, knowing that you're not going to die tomorrow, if you can eat something tonight, if you have the ability to eat something, you're better off than like 90% of the world, okay? I know my percentages are really off, but understand, you're better off than most people in the world that don't have basic necessities like that. And if you genuinely have the depressive problems, remember this. Again, it's better to know that you can feel sad than not at all, okay? And at the end of the day, life is one of those things where you're going to have the positive moments and you're also going to have your shitty moments. That's just the willy-nilly of it. I'm not going to say that you'll be cured or anything, because that's bullshit. But just remember this. There are people who fucking care about you. I care about you. Okay, I sit here make stupid fucking videos just so you guys can enjoy it. That's about it. All right, at the very minimum, somebody will be there to hear you out. That's all I can really say. That's why this channel exists, because beyond me making dumb videos, it's a community of some ordinary gamers, and that is about the most fucking Hallmark card bullshit I could have said in a while. And that's just the willy-nilly of it. So for somebody that is suffering through depression watching this right now, just know that at the end of the day, it can always be worse. And no matter what, no matter how pessimistic you are, I promise you, I give you my word that there's going to be moments in your life that are the best moments in the world. But then they're also going to be followed by moments that are some of your worst. That's how life works, and that's how it is. Nobody has it perfect. And at the end of the day, just keep your chin up and look for the end of the fucking tunnel. That's what I did. And even if it doesn't work for you immediately, one day it will eventually. And at the end of the day, just walk into it knowing that you tried. And if your life can't be perfect, then I guess try to reach at least 50% of what you hope for. I may be falling on deaf ears, I don't know. But at this point, I'm rambling, and I got my message across. So if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. And BetterHelp, I would definitely love to have a representative to contact with, because up until this point, I have not received any responses or anything of sorts. So if I can get some form of contact with any of you guys and get this situation down to rest, I would love to believe that this is finally one of those services that can help somebody out. But given the reputation that it has, I just don't know what to say. But this is me, Mutahar, and I'm out.